it's a little late in the day, so it's getting a little dark in here, but a few little changes. So these two down here, oh, look, they're out. Let's take a look at their babies. Oh my goodness. Fat, sassy. Now, they had a third baby in there, and I looked at it a couple of different times. It looked small. It had no food in its crop. And it just looked like she wasn't really keeping up with it. And since these guys have only one chick, and really you need two chicks in a nest because they keep each other warm as they graduate to the point where their mother stops sleeping in the nest with them. They need each other to cuddle up and stay warm. So I went ahead and took their third chick and stuck it in here. It's just 4 days behind their baby, so it's little, but she's an experienced hen and she's not going to lose it in there, and it has food in its crop. I can see it, so that's good. And also, of course, this is Prussian is Kobe's son, so they're raising their grandson. So this hen here pulled all of the wood chips out of the, you can see them down there in the bottom of the cage, out of the box, all the big ones out, chewed up all the little ones, so they'll be nice and fine, and I haven't seen her in the nest box since. But something's gonna be happening. I just know it. This girl here, I've seen her out an awful lot today. Oh, her eggs are cold. What happened, Missy? What's going on? She let her eggs go. They are icy cold. She hasn't been in there all day. Wow, what happened, Missy? Something's wrong with her, I can tell. She's moving funny. She's sitting funny. Well, I'm sorry about that, Missy. What happened? Well, I will come back and check on her in a minute after I finish with the video. But those eggs are dead. She left them cold. They were supposed to start hatching in a couple of days. So something is wrong. I don't know what's up. Anyway, so there's Bubba Jr. and his girl laid a third egg and then stopped. So that was the end of that. That's okay. I was going to cull her down to 3 eggs anyway. Actually, she has 2 of her own embryos and one of Haverty and Irene's babies, which I may take out because it's a lot. I think it's older than the other 2. We'll have to see how they hatch out. Let's see. No egg here yet. She's still just a lady in waiting. We have eggs here. Fertility check coming up on Monday. And in here, this is Malachite. He's my Texas Clear Body split. And so I'm looking for a Texas Clear Body hen out of him because it's sex-linked. So 1 out of every 2 of his hen chicks will be Texas Clear Bodies. And that's what I'll be looking for. So their first baby in here hatched. But this is not their first chick. The first one got fostered over here. Now these 2 had quite a situation. I candled their first baby was a foster from them. He hatched a day early. He's due on the 16th. He hatched on the 15th. He looked a little scrawny, but Stella is an experienced hen, and she pulled him through, and he's looking hale and hearty now. And I have been waiting eagerly for the next eggs to hatch because I believe it is their chick. Their one and only embryo. I'm praying. But I can't, it was due to hatch today. No. It was due to hatch yesterday on the 18th. And I candled it yesterday, and I could see that its little head had broken through the air sac. And I was like, okay, well, that usually means in 24 hours I'll have a chick. But when I came back out today, nothing. So I candled again. I could still see it laying in there, its head above the level of the air sac. So I knew it broke through, but nothing was happening. So I went ahead and went in through the top side of the shell, and when I say the top, I mean the part with the air sac in it. And sure enough, his little head was sticking out, his little face was sticking out through the air sac, but the rest of the air sac was stuck to him like glue. The inner membranes had dried out on this egg, and this baby was not able to get out of it. So I pulled the top off and put him in to see if Stella would pull him out of the egg. And because, of course, birds do this better than people do. They just know how to take care of their babies better than we do. So then I came back after a couple hours and looked again, and she had bitten away all of the egg as much as she could, all the way down to where it was stuck to the baby, and then she had stopped. So his back end and his back all the way up still had solid, rigid eggshell stuck on it. But all the rest of him was free, but he was really flat. Like, just barely there. So I pulled him out. I went up and took him up to the house, and I pulled some, I made some hot, well, you know, warm electrolyte solution, and I used one of my blunt end syringes and injected it between him and the shell, and got that membrane and everything off of him. And then I held him in my hand and let a drop of the electrolyte solution dribble down to the tip of the blunt end needle, and held it under his beak and gave him some electrolytes in his little belly. And I could see him swallowing it, and I could see a little bubble about the size of a droplet forming where his crop was. And I'm like, okay, that's as much as I can do. But this baby was really flat. Really flat. And I brought him back down here, free from the eggshell, and put him back in again to let Stella do what she was going to do. And then I came back and looked again about 2 hours later, and he's still alive. So let's see what this little booger is doing. There's Daddy. Daddy's been very good. There's Mama. Oh yeah, that little guy's still kicking. It's so dark in there, I can barely see anything. Here, let me take this away. Let me see, is he still going? Well, I think he's sleeping. Does he have anything in his crop? He's kicking. Is there food in there? That's what I want to know. Oh, he keeps rolling over on his stomach, which is a good sign. That's the way you want him to be. It looks a little empty to me. I don't see anything in that crop. But he's definitely doing a lot better than he was earlier today. Mama, feed that boy up. Okay, well, it remains to be seen. He's definitely doing better. He's not flat anymore. But we'll see if he makes it through the night. Okay. These two down here are laying eggs, and Haverty and his girl had their first and second chick hatch out today. Let's see, Missy. Let me see. There she goes. Can you see them in there? It's pretty dark, but they're both looking good. One is obviously bigger than the other. He hatched first thing in the morning, and the other one hatched just a couple of hours ago. So a lot of times hens will delay a day. The first one was supposed to hatch yesterday, but they'll delay sitting a day. So the first egg starts developing a little bit later, and the second egg hatches a little closer to it. So it seems that that's what she did. Khalil's hen is sitting on an egg. I can hardly wait to do a fertility check. I really hope they're fertile. They're sitting on eggs. This crazy girl is doing absolutely nothing, driving me crazy. And these two are slowly but surely making friends. That's Sprite and Zinnia. Now, Razzle and Remington are in the shed, in the flight cage, and acting like they're going to get ready to start dropping eggs any minute. So I'm kind of tempted to take these two or the crazy pair down here out and put Razzle and Remington in and let them do their thing. But on the other hand, I have Razzle and Remington babies. I'd really like to see some babies out of these guys. And Sprite's running out of time. He's 4.5 years old. So he hasn't got a lot of years left as far as fertility goes. He's not a big bird, and the smaller birds tend to do a little better. Oh, look, I see a little conversation there. Oh no, she's just going to bite him. She's terrible. But anyway, so I really like to see him have some chicks, but this little girl is just being a pain in the patootie for reals. So anyway, that is the update. So I have 2 chicks in this nest, 2 in this one if number 2 makes it through the night. And I have to say, he's looking a lot better than he did this morning when I put him in there. So I think something must be going this way. I have 1 chicken here, 2 chicks in here because I took the littlest one out and put it in here. So I never let more than have more than 3 chicks to a nest. So, and when they only have 2 chicks in the nest, it's even better. Can we see your baby? Oh, that's such a pretty baby. Sorry. What's going on with you? She got stuff. I'm going to have to look at her. She looks like she has something going on, like maybe snot. I'll have to check her and see. Okay, I'm going to check Miss, oh, well, geez, now that Miss Thing here got off her eggs and they all died, she's really not looking right. I can put Razzle and Remington in here. I'll pull these 2. Okay, that's it.